right. Well, welcome everyone. Today on the Plastic Surgery Perspective podcast, of course, you have myself. I am Nurse Fonda. And today we have a special guest all the way from the state of Texas. Hey, give us a little introduction, girl.
Okay. So, Skylifeliz, serial entrepreneur, that girl.
Yes, ma'am. One of the original, okay? One of the OGs in the game.
Yeah.
So how did you get started?
So I don't know if you remember, but I went to Dr. Mendieta for a full body makeover, which was a tummy tuck, 360 lipo, inner thigh lipo, outer thigh lipo, and BBL with chin lipo all at the same time. So I received that.
Now, where is he located?
In Miami. He's in Miami.
Really?
And he has his own practice, though. He's literally like one of the surgeons that was like the first to do a BBL in the United States.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So he's old, but he doesn't look that old.
Right.
And he's amazing.
Okay.
But I went to him and I was literally like, I knew nothing about the surgery industry. I had been in accommodations, luxury accommodation, short-term rental, temporary relocation, permanent relocation, and all of that with like military, government, and stuff like that. So we worked in that field before COVID. And then once COVID happened, we had all of these places and I had no clientele because the government were doing on Zoom and military, you know, they had a lot of things happening with the military. So we did keep like ICE as one of our vendors for the whole time. But it was like all of these units spread out that I didn't have patients. I mean, I didn't have clients.
Right.
So once I got my body done, completely not knowing anything of the sort of the business, I had this horrible situation where I wiped poop up my thigh, girl.
No.
Yeah. My nurse didn't show up first time. She came straight from the doctor's office. She never showed up. So then they brought somebody that wasn't even a nurse. And the lady was like very unprofessional and stuff like that. So I ended up trying to use a bathroom myself.
Okay, so wait, let's pause. So you went to Miami and you booked like an Airbnb or a hotel. You stayed at a recovery
I stayed
house.
in my own place.
You stayed at your own place in
Miami.
Miami.
I had condos down there. And it was only 6 minutes away from my doctor. Okay. So I was like, boom, match made in heaven.
Right. So you hired someone.
Yes. Through the facility. She was on their recommended list and never showed up. So I'm literally calling this lady, Yenny Josefa, for like the first 3 days. And my husband told her, like, my wife will flip the heck out. You're Josefa until she can get her bearings straight.
Oh, my goodness.
So one day I finally was like, Josefa, please come here now. She was like, I'm not Josefa. My name is Yenny. Josefa never showed up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was crazy. And he has anxiety, so it was a whole thing.
Right.
But I got to the point where I was like, you know, because I was doing my recovery and I'm a firm believer on if you step into recovery with like a plan,
right,
then you stick to that plan as much as you can and it ends up turning out amazing. And so my thing at that time was Black is King because it had just came out. I'm a big Beyonce fan. So I had the Jaguar blankets on my bed.
Everything.
It all. And just listen to it over and over and over. So the lady ended up walking in my apartment one day, condo. She walks in and she's like, shh, 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 and like turns my Beyonce off. And then sat down and opened her thing and was doing nursing school. So I'm like, why are you doing nursing school if you're already a nurse? She's like, oh, I'm not a nurse. They just sent me because Josefa didn't show up. I'm like, you're not a nurse, but I'm paying registered nurse money. Like, this is not okay. And I said, you could go downstairs and do. And she said, the Wi-Fi is not as fast as yours. So that day, I went from 24-hour care to 4 hours, but I had to poop the 5th hour.
And you didn't have anybody there to help you?
My husband. So like I call her and I'm thinking that she's still in the building because she was working on somebody else in the same building. So I'm like, hey, come down. I'll give you $100. She was like, girl, I'm at home with my man. Yeah. And I was just like, what? And I'm like, okay, but you said you're 5 minutes away. So I'll give you $100. Like, come back. Like, help me. She's like, get completely out of your faja and some. And I was just so angry at that moment that I was just like, fuck you. I was a horrible patient. When I say me and you have dealt with the bad patients, I was that.
Oh my goodness.
I was a terrible patient. And so, you know, I cursed her out. I tried to poop by myself straight through my faja. I pooped through my faja successfully. It was the wiping part. And I wiped up.
And you got all over your faja.
Yeah. And so I'm getting up, walking back to the bed, talking big shit. Oh, I don't need her no more. We done did this. We done did that. I'm going to be good. My husband was like, don't sit down. Going. He was trying to not throw up. Going.
Oh my God, girl.
Go in the bathroom. I'm going to help you. Girl, I got a whole video crying and everything about that moment. Like, I was so embarrassed. And me and my husband, we're not like those modest people.
Right,
like,
yeah.
We fart in front of each other and everything. And like, if for somebody have to help you wipe your butt.
Yeah, that was a lot.
And it's your whole husband.
Yeah.
So right there at that moment, and like my friend got surgery at the same time. So she went to Dominican Republic. She kind of did it like the broke way because she was single mom. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like she did it that way. So she flew her baby into Vegas so her husband could take care. I mean, her baby daddy could take care. She went to Dominican Republic and she stayed at a recovery house. She kept telling me, girl, do a recovery house. But me, oh no, I want a registered nurse.
Right.
I already got an apartment out there. My daughter gonna have her own room. Right. You know, girl. And it backfired on me. So at that moment, me and her had been contacting each other the whole time. Like, how are you? How are you? She didn't like her results. She done went and got 3 rounds. I'm still on my first. I loved my results.
Right. But the recovery house, she had a good experience.
Transpire, baby.
Okay.
You know, I like my results. But, you know, she didn't like her results. So she was calling me daily about that. And I was calling her the whole time about my care.
Right.
And it not being up to par.
Right.
So she was just like, girl, if you don't check your ass into a recovery house. So I was just like, oh, okay. I'm going to try that. So I start calling the recovery houses in Miami. Baby, I started with the ones everybody talk about, the mermaids, back then.
Right,
who was all around back then.
Who's.
And everybody, I'm talking about when I first called, I was very bougie. Like, excuse me. I would only like my own room. I would make sure that I have my own bathroom. Do you guys clean every day? You know, asking little weird questions and stuff. And baby, they would laugh at me. They were laughing when I would let them know that I needed care that night.
Right.
So by the 5th or 6th company I called, it was, hello. My name is Elizabeth Gonzalez. I've received care from Dr. Mendieta. I received a blah, 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 blah. Do you have any private or shared rooms? I will take anything at this moment, right? Girl, and they like, yeah, we booked until September, and it was August 4th.
Right.
So by the 11th place I called, I was like this. Please, I sleep on your floor. My family can't do this. They don't deserve this. My dog. Right? And the man was like, okay, hold up. Shut up. Chill. I got you. I moved some people around tomorrow. I'll be able to house you. It's going to be a shared room. It's 3 people you're going to be in the same room with, and you're going to share a bathroom with the same 3 people.
Right.
So I was like, bet. So it was in Destin. I go there. And I fell in love. It was all white, everything. It had like a little sunroom where they did the massages. The massage lady was amazing. compared to the people that I was going to that was coming to me. The food was amazing, even though they knew that I couldn't do salt.
Right.
Because I have high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So like everything was amazing. And me being the fact that I have 28 units that are empty.
You was like, oh, this is it.
Boom. Because y'all making money off beds. I've made money off doors.
Right.
So I need to get into this. And I told the man, I said, I was still a horrible patient.
Uh-oh.
Baby, I'm
now,
pressing.
after calling them people 1,000, now come on, you did not go down there and show out.
Baby, I'm pressing the button for water.
You was one of them. Oh, yes. Man.
I was, but I was recording everything. So he definitely blew up after I had my experience because I vlogged everything.
Well,
you know what I'm
good.
saying? So he definitely made a lot more clients and customers, doctors,
from your
coordinators started messing with him because of my virality of my experience. You know, I'm, oh, watch this, y'all.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, can I get a water?
And they would just come. Oh,
and she would be like, that's for emergencies. She'd be like, I got you. You know, so, but it was called Resort Recovery.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And they don't exist anymore.
Oh, wow.
But they were in Miami. They were big at the time. They ended up being swallowed because of the new regulations
and stuff.
But that was an amazing company. And I told him, I go, hey, I have units down here of about 6 apartments that, you know, I own, and I'm about to do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so what's up? You want to, you know, partner? And he's like, I don't want to partner with you. And I'm like, you got any new houses? You want me to partner with you on this then? Like, what's up? Because I'm in this thing.
Right.
And he was just like, I will be your mentor and give you every bit of information that you need as long as you stay out of North Miami. And he showed me all the companies that were existing in Coral Gables where I was.
Okay.
We also had property at the time, which we sold it now, but property inside of the W downtown, Brickell. And he was just like, look at these companies. Like, these companies are getting $1,000 a night, you know, to do what you're trying to do and the places that you're already at. And he was like, this is what you need to do. You don't need to do a recovery house. And then he said a whole bunch of regulations are coming where if you doing it with just your suites, you're not going to fall victim of the change that's coming. So he had already knew what was happening beforehand. This was like October of 2020.
Okay.
And so I was just like, bet. Give me what I need. So I then took what he was giving me, the information he was giving me for Miami, and then I applied it in Houston.
Okay.
You know, and to this day, like him and another lady named Danny from Indigo House Recovery, both of them are like my fairy godmother and goddaddy.
Wow.
You know, and I have no problem. And this is something that kind of gets to me about the recovery industry that we're in right now. A lot of people pull information off of each other, but you'll never hear them giving, you know, that ado.
Right.
To the people that they learned from, or even if they didn't learn from them with them being their mentor. Right. Like if you copied from that company, like give them they shine. Give them their credit. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes it's like not only do they copy, but they take it a step further and they try to say we're better than them.
Oh, yeah.
When you done took their whole business model.
You know how people can be.
Girl. So that's how we got started. And then I had used my Omni channels to promote the recovery houses. Oh, okay. So I used like Booking.com, Expedia, Hotels.com, because we were already we already had accounts with all these companies. So
Okay.
I was just like, okay, bet. Skylife Recovery Brickell, Skylife Recovery Post Oak, Skylife Recovery Edo Houston, Skylife Recovery, where else were we? New Orleans, like wherever I still had leases because I knew I was going to pay until those leases were up.
Right.
Because the world was not traveling
right.
at that time. And so I just started releasing it. Skylife Recovery LA, and they start hitting. And the place that hit the most, which was the most irony for me, because I had just closed on my house in Pearland, Texas, which is Houston,
right,
a suburb of Houston. And Houston was hitting the hardest.
Really?
So it was like October 12th was my first reservation. Then I had like 3 by October 17th. Like, I was like, what's going on? And then I find out Houston has the most plastic surgeons per capita. It's 435 surgeons in the small area of Houston. It's not even considering the outskirts surgeons. And it's the largest medical center in the world.
And let me tell you, when I went to Houston to help take care of a girl one time, she hired me and I flew down there with her. I had no idea that Houston had all those plastic surgeons. When I was riding in the Uber and stuff, I'm looking up, like I was seeing all the signage and the billboards everywhere. And I'm like, dang.
You must have been down I-10 because I-10 gonna show you my Houston surgeons. It's gonna show you Memorial Plastic Surgeons.
Goodness. I was like, oh, wow. Oh, yeah, they getting it down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Houston is it. They have some good doctors down there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when I saw that, I said, this is the move. And we, when all the leases ran out and all the places, the only 2 I kept was 3, Miami, Houston, and Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And even still to this day, we're still housing people in D.C., but it's not for recovery.
Okay.
It's, the contracts because the world's opened back up.
Right. Yeah.
So we're getting in our military and government contracts again. But, Houston and Miami. And then when they started imposing all of them as restrictions, and then the money went up.
Yeah.
And the houses, the buildings went up. I said, okay, perfect time to sell.
Yeah.
If somebody want to sell this, go on and give it to me, because it wasn't just the buildings having problems with recovery.
Right.
It was them having problems with people leaving, coming in 3-day, 4-day, leaving out. And it was like, but that was the incentive that y'all gave us to buy these.
Right.
So what I'm going to do? Wait on COVID to be over with? No.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So once the value of them went up, I just collected my money and,
kept it moving.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And Houston, baby, did me amazing.
Yeah. And so now one thing, when I went to Houston, this young lady, she went to what's his name? Dr. Zhang?
Yeah.
He was amazing. But the one thing that was kind of crazy about that experience was how he required them to get a massage on the same day. I was like, girl, what? I was like,
where did she go? She went to Innovative, right? Because I remember that lady. And y'all had asked us about our penthouse.
Yeah, I think so. I think this.
And she ended up using us for the transport back to the airport, right?
Yes.
I do remember that. So she went to Innovative. And the way he does his thing is completely different from
that was different than anything I had ever experienced.
Surgeon.
Yes. Now her body is tea, baby. Her body looks amazing. But that massage fresh off the table, I said, oh, wow. But she was like, it really didn't hurt because her body was still numb from surgery. But that next day, she was like, ooh.
I'm telling you. And it's so much.
So I didn't know if that was like a Houston thing or that just was like one of his things. Oh, okay. That was just one of his things. Okay. I didn't know what was going on. I said, baby, I ain't never seen nothing like this before. I'm not
go there because I still get girls from him.
Okay. But that's just his way of doing things.
I've asked to be removed from his list.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because out of 435 surgeons, I only want to rock with 108.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so I still deal with those 108 and I don't turn away his girls.
Mm-hmm.
But.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, girl. It's a lot of tea with that. That's probably going to be in the second one because I'm probably going to be back next week.
Okay, girl. I got So who are your top doctors that you like working with in Houston?
So,
name your top 3. What's your top 3?
Okay. I would say Dr. Chamada.
Oh, I love Dr. Chamada. Very expensive, but man, I love his work.
He is amazing. He actually came up from under Dr. Jung.
He did. He got his own practice now?
Yeah. So he was his apprentice, but he embodies what a board certified, because Dr. Jung is not board certified.
I had no idea.
Girl, I know. And them bodies be looking amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Yep. But a lot of doctors that's not board certified be putting out some hotties.
I'm telling you, right? But like Dr. Chamada embodies more of what the atmosphere is for surgeons in Houston.
Gotcha.
So he gives away money. He does mission trips. He they have like their own cliques. So in Houston, a lot of the surgeons, they have their own like
little groups.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And so the group that Dr. Chamada is a part of, they give a lot to South America. And they go down there and they do missions and they help the kids with like the club fingers and the cleft lips. And you know what I'm saying? Like all of that. Mm-hmm. And you see where your money's going.
Gotcha.
I mean, Dr. Chamada bought that Lambo.
Hey, do your thing.
You know what I'm saying? But like, other than that, I mean, and you deserse it. Like,
right. Yeah. You work hard.
Hello? Mm-hmm. And I got nip tuck on it.
Oh, okay. Cute. Okay.
But they're part of like their own conglomerates. And I would say this, Dr. Chamada can walk in a lot of rooms that Dr. John can't.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I value esteem. Mm-hmm. I value their bedside manners really matters to me.
Yes.
And Dr. Jung used to be that guy.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Like he used to be like at 8:00, hey, Liz, did they use the restroom? Did they void? Whoa. But it's like now he's just more like, why are you calling me?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, bro.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we really gonna go there. Like,
gotcha.
I'm not, I don't give a damn about how much popping you are, who done came. We done had most of the big celebrities that you had. They stayed with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not getting at you on no newfound fame, nothing, bro. I'm calling you about your patient.
Right.
Because we're accommodations and we still stand by that.
Right.
Any move that Skylife does, because I know, you guys as registered nurses, y'all have the option to use your expertise and your own personal critique to decide what
needs to be done
with a patient at that time.
Right.
Well, what Skylife sets up beforehand, before we even take in any doctors or anything, we make it known to their surgeons, like, this is what we do. We'll be sending our vitals to you guys.
Gotcha.
So what number do you need us to send it to? What number do you need us to call you if something is not right? Okay. And I have my team of CNAs. I have my LVNs or LPN, depending on what state you're in.
I recently hired the LPN as well.
Yeah, and like they do their job. I still have my registered nurses, but my registered nurses are available if it's like a high risk patient or high BMI patient.
Right.
And then I got my NPs around for if I want to contract the NP, like, hey, ma'am, you need an IV. Yeah. Like you're not eating, you keep throwing up.
Right.
Your medication ain't even going through at the right time. Like, check this out. You need to get a Myers drip.
Right.
And after you get this Myers cocktail, then we figure out where we're going to go from there.
And I think when I was in Houston, I used the girl that you recommended too for the IV drip.
You liked her?
I can't remember. What was her name? She has a med spa now.
Yes. You went to Sasha.
Her name Sasha?
Yeah, Sasha.
I think so.
She had a big old booty.
Yeah. Real nice girl. Real nice girl. Yeah, I think I still follow her on social media.
Super educated.
Very.
I love her.
So smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. We utilize her.
But yeah. So, you get the MPs, you get the registered nurses, you have everything happening. But the whole thing is, this is accommodations. And these people are paying $30,000, $20,000, $40,000. One lady paid $40,000 for Dr. Shu. That's the man that did.
Oh, girl.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
When the hospital was shut down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So his surgeries are about $40,000, Dr. Shu. And the main thing that I let people know when they're booking me, because a lot of companies, and these are people that I even put on, but they got their registered nurses that be answering the phone, baby, and they be like, ask them if they're registered nurses that are going to be taking care of you. Even though they send in CNAs.
Right.
After you done hired them, they sending in their homies, the CNAs, to come and work. But y'all that's y'all pitching point.
Right.
Okay, well, I know you like Skylife, but ask if you're going to have a registered nurse. Yeah, you can add that.
Right.
But in terms of people that you need wiping your butt, turning you over, reminding you to walk, showering you, registered nurse is going to feel like that's beneath them. Girl, I don't want to wipe your booty. Ew. Tell your cousin to do that. Your cousin is in here. Hey, let me teach you something real quick. You know what I'm saying?
So, I'm gonna tell you what I always find to be so crazy. When people travel with family members and cousins and stuff, and then they just sitting down the corner like...
And then they want to tell you what you're supposed to be doing. And they're not doing that.
You just here for a free trip. Come on now.
I'll be telling them, I'll be like, oh, are you going to be an active
caretaker?
No, look, are you going to be an active non-surgical guest, or are you going to be here for emotional support? Because guess what? You ask them if they're going to be here for that emotional support part. So if I'm in here wiping this butt and showering this lady and putting her pads back on where they're supposed to go, when she start flipping out because she's sad and her hips look too big and she don't know she about to lose 30% of that, that's your job.
Okay.
Because you saw right here saying you are emotional support. Remember? I'll be right back. I got another patient that needs some water.
Okay. Because there's nothing that's more irritating.
And then they be like, what's that? What did you do? What's that? And we got a pool downstairs.
Like, are you hungry? There's plenty of restaurants you can probably go and eat at or something.
It's a 92 walkable score.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's next for Skylife?
Oh,
wait, we didn't finish your top 3 doctors. You said Dr. Chamada.
Yes. Then Dr. Stan.
Ooh, tell us about Dr. Stan. I don't think I've ever heard of him.
Ooh, baby.
That's good work.
Ooh, baby. If I was to get my surgery done again,
that's it.
I would go to Dr. Stan or Chamada. For real.
What's the name of Dr. Chamada's new clinic?
Dr. Chamada Plastic Surgery.
Oh, Chamada Plastic Surgery. So let me tell you, when I fell in love with him when he did that reverse tummy tuck on Drea.
Baby.
That thing was, what?
Because she taking pictures like.
Girl, I was like.
She taking pictures like.
Look, I'm here in Atlanta doing consultation. I said, do you offer reverse tummy tucks? Oh, you don't think you can do a reverse one? Do I qualify? It was like, no, man. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I cannot afford Dr. Chamada. I mean, that's just out of my price range. But let me tell you, if I had money, woo, man.
So, see, the other doctor that I'm speaking of, Dr. Stan, he is that same price, if not more.
Oh, wow.
But what he does is he started off at a clinic. So how Dr. Chamada started off with Dr. Jung, and Dr. Jung's kind of like a roguish doctor for Houston. But he learned certain techniques that took him to where he is now, right? On top of the experience that he has from, medical training. with Dr. Stan, when he first started out, he started with a company called Lexington Plastics.
Okay.
And Lexington Plastics mainly focuses on like keloids and, body tags and things like that. But he was the addition to their practice in Houston and started doing plastic surgery.
Okay.
So they already had the lane for insurance.
Oh, okay.
So you go to Dr. Stan for abdominoplasty.
Okay.
Or you go to him for breast lift.
Okay.
And stuff like that. And it's going to be covered with your insurance.
Got you.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then you could just add 360 lipo. And then now,
out of pocket.
Instead of him, what's the other one? Instead of it being abdominoplasty when they just remove the skin, but they don't do
I know you're talking about. They don't do the muscle repair.
Yeah. What is that called?
Planectomy.
There you go. Mm-hmm. So he takes those clients and then gives them the aesthetic look. Mm-hmm, so they'll only have to pay like $2,000, $3,000 more, but it's still a $17,000 surgery.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? He does like the breast reconstruction, all of that. A woman came to us. She had a double mastectomy. He made a nipple from her fucking elbow. I'm sorry.
It's okay, girl.
I'm sorry. I'm cussing. I don't really cuss in real life. I don't. But he made
her elbow skin.
He made a nipple from her elbow skin.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So you know how like the mastectomies, when they get their bodies done or whatever, and they still get boobs, they get the implant and all that, it still be like the shape.
Right.
And then they have to get like tattooed nipples. So baby, this lady
looks amazing.
Like she didn't have an areola. So they were basically gonna get her areola tattooed.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But an areola is flat.
It is flat, right?
Baby, he made a nipple from this lady elbows. From her elbow
crazy.
Skin. Put a little fat in it, wrapped it up, circled it around, nipple.
He is talented.
He done took ladies, I'm telling you,
I probably would have been crying.
If I could show you the women who have came through us, because Dr. Chamada's at the top of my list because of his bedside manners, his morale, his results. Mm-hmm. But Dr. Chamada would turn down about 70% of the surgeries that Dr. Stan does.
Okay. So Dr. Stan sounds like he's in his own lane.
Baby, women be coming with double stomachs.
Oh.
Double stomachs. And they walking out looking like Nicki Minaj.
So does he have like a BMI requirement?
No. Yes, but no.
It all depends on what you're there for, basically.
And your health.
Yeah.
And how long you got to be down. So some people he'll do, let's say they are between 37 and 40, right?
Okay.
He'll tell them, I can only do your upper first.
Right.
And then I'll do your lower second.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And, but oh my God, he is amazing. And then I think tying for 3 would have to be, and all my surgeons that love me, because it's a lot of y'all. So shout out to Dr. Shu. Shout out to Dr. Roll. Shout out to Dr. Wynn. Shout out to Dr. Lind. Shout out to Dr. De La Cruz. Shout out to Dr. Kendall. Dr. Rodriguez. I love all of y'all. But like the people that I'm putting on here, if I had to choose, top 3. Okay.
Trying to explain yourself. It's
no, for real. Because if they see this, they're going to be like, what? And you don't what?
Right.
So I wasn't nowhere.
Right.
Those are my honorable mentions. All right. And if I left somebody out, I'm sorry. Dr. Lou. all y'all. I really rock with y'all. Okay. Dr. Newell. Sorry. But the tying for 3 would be Dr. Linville and
uh-oh.
Okay. Dr. Linville and Dr. Roll. And the reason why I put those two there, Dr. Linville is a surgeon that deals with rapid weight loss.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, wait. Okay, I do this. I gotta do 3, and then I gotta do tie for 4.
Okay.
So 3 would be Linville, and then tie for 4 would be Dr. Roll and Dr. Morales.
Oh, I heard good things about Dr. Morales.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and the reason why I put Dr. Morales as 4th, because a lot of his patients like already look hella good. They're like, you know, muscle people, like IDF Pro, whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, they bodies already look amazing. They just need the extra oomph.
Right.
To their bodies. He does a lot of rapid weight loss, but it's like the people that went the healthy route to do rapid weight loss. So they literally pulling away these people's skin, and day 2, day 3, you seeing their abs.
Oh, girl.
With no ab edge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like those people.
That's been in the gym working out. They got this extra loose skin.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, but Dr. Linville, he does everybody. So he has no BMI requirement. You just got to be his healthy. So his over plus 40s, he's doing EKGs on them,
right,
and all that good stuff right beforehand to let them see if they're okay. And then on top of that, he's requiring them to stay in hospitals for 2 to 3 days.
Oh, okay.
You know, beforehand, and it's all inside of their quotes.
Oh.
So, like, I love Dr. Linville. He's a Leo like me. He will let somebody know real quick, I'm sorry, this is not the body you're gonna get. So, like, what are you looking for? Because I could probably take you about 25% to that with 1 round.
So down in Texas, y'all have a lot of private clinics, right?
Hecka.
So private clinics. So what is the normal cost for the surgeries in Houston?
Oh, girl. We have so many surgeons that you would have to do median.
Okay. What do you think the median is? 30?
I would say about 12 for tummy tuck 360 lipo BBL.
That's not bad.
But that's the median.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And because you got surgeons right now, Dr. Sarcia, which is a great surgeon, like he's cool. I just hate MIA. I hate the way they run stuff. You know, baby, I gotta, for real, hold up. I gotta start sounding like,
one here too.
I know. I gotta start sounding like Kendrick Lamar. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way you talk. I hate the way you... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, this is what I always tell my patients that go, because we even got, baby, we got a Black surgeon at Goals.
Oh, okay. I forgot y'all have a Goals. We have one too.
We got a Black surgeon at Goals in the north side of Houston, and he really putting out bodies.
Oh, wow.
But it's just dealing with their tactics.
So here's the thing. I always tell people, when you go to a clinic that is a chain versus one that is private, the customer service is going to be different.
Shoddy.
Very different. Right? So, because when you call me, you're going to speak to like a call. It's like calling a call center. You're going to get someone down in Miami. If you call Goals, you're going to get a call center. And it's likely going to be someone in New York. You know, and you're going to hear a lot of different things. Going to be a lot of different stuff going on. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Now, if you go to a private clinic, you're going to speak to a representative in that office. They're going to know the doctor inside and out. They're going to be able to answer all your questions. But you're going to pay for that extra one-on-one care.
Guess what?
You know what I mean?
If Skylife is rocking with a private surgeon, I better have a number you about to answer at 2 a.m. when you on the side of your newborn.
Yes. Yeah.
That's how we rock. And that's why doctors rock with us. And that's why patients rock with us. So if it's a private clinic, baby, I need your personal cell phone. I'm gonna call your coordinator our first 3-4 times. But if you put me on your list, I need to talk to you. Yeah. And I'm not gonna call you like she has a lump on her side. Right. No. I'm going to call you when I need to call you, but the fact that I know that I can call you is why I'm going to be comfortable with housing your patients.
Yeah. And I see what I'm saying? The private doctors that I work with, I definitely have their contact information.
But like, baby, that MIA in Houston, So we was talking about pricing. Right now, they have a $4,600 special for Tummy Tuck 360 Lipo BBL.
46. Now that's a lot.
But you know what it is? You look at it like this.
Yeah.
You get rid of all of the customer service. They have cut corners in every single way that they can. So if you're dealing with an all-inclusive recovery house, then those are going to be the people that take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
And that $2,000 that you didn't pay for surgical costs, now you can only spend $100 to $200 having a private virtual visit with one of my MPs.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when people call and they like, what do you feel about Dr. Patino? What do you feel about Dr. Sarsia? What do you feel about Dr. Ziakis? I'd be like, you getting all-inclusive care?
You know, and I really don't care for when people ask me how I feel about certain doctors, because I just feel like if you've already chosen that doctor and you've already paid a deposit, I mean,
not me.
You know what I mean?
Not me.
Yeah, I just be like, I mean, hey,
not
that's
me.
the choice you made.
And I've
already,
created a whole bunch of people that don't like me, and I don't care. Because one lady, I'm not going to reveal this place, but one woman was given to me completely lethargic.
Oh, yeah, no, we don't deal with stuff like that. That's great.
Like completely, like dead weight lethargic. And she ended up needing 2 pints of blood transfusion. But when they gave her to me, they even gave her a specific medication that I knew nothing of. It was like the anesthetist did it. They shot her in the shoulder for something.
Oh, Narcan.
Probably.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because they were like, oh, she's fainting. She'll be fine. This and that. And I looked at her. The only reason why I admitted her and accepted her was because her vitals were normal. But honey baby was not okay.
Yeah.
And so she stayed with us. She had a post-op 2 days later. She went to the doctor again. She's still not eating. She only eating pineapples. She throwing up, talking to demons.
Oh, yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like a lot, like
so
screaming.
She had low oxygen
like,
levels.
Yeah. But I mean, no, her oxygen.
She didn't have enough.
So her oxygen was good. Her oxygen kept reading 97, 96, 99. Back like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like looking at it and I called him because I have his cell phone number. And I called him and I'm like, she's not okay. And I'm like, I'm calling you to let you know that we're probably going to take her to an emergency room. Oh, she doesn't need that. Just keep giving her water, making her walk. Let me get on the phone with her and tell her she needs to eat and this and that. Well, baby, when we took that lady home, so she had booked 7 days with us.
Mm-hmm.
We had her for the 7 days. Maybe like the 5th day, she was okay. The 6th day, she kind of regressed. The 7th day, she was okay. To the point where she was ordering, outside food, all kind of stuff. Twinkie, ho-ho things and, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sweet stuff. And so we take her home. 2 days later, she ends up in the ICU and gets 2 infusions. Well, the hospital calls me.
That's crazy.
Hey, can you send us her medical records? No. We are an accommodations company.
Right.
And any of the information that we're receiving and giving, we're sending straight to the surgeon. So if you have anything you need to talk to us about, you need to talk to that surgeon because they have all the information based on anything that happened to her while she was here.
Right.
And they're responsible for her care, not us. We are facilitating the care that they tell us to give her.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to keep going back and forth, baby. They even had the medical board contact me. And baby, as easy as it is to merge somebody into a 3-way call, I merged that coordinator into that call and was like, y'all need to talk to these folks.
Right.
Because we are accommodations. We've been accommodations since 2008. When we switched over in recovery in 2020, our accommodations allows you to have your own coordinator, your own facilitator.
Right.
to take care of you. We're hiring in the CNAs. We're hiring in, contracting.
Right.
The registered nurses, the LVNs. Baby, nobody could have known. She wasn't super high BMI.
Right.
Nothing. He had just taken so much fluid out of her that she needed a blood transfusion, which was evident at the time that they released her.
Right.
And again, when I told you the other patient, the other doctor that I would have be, tied for fourth, that's Dr. Rail. Dr. Rail had the exact same situation. I'm talking about exact.
Handle it differently.
Lady hallucinating, low blood count, fainting, lethargic upon release. They took her right to medical center hospital, Memorial Center Hospital, and she stayed there overnight.
Yeah.
And she received all these IVs,
everything that she
all
needed.
these tests, everything. But guess what I did? I called Dr. Rowe. She said, hey, Liz, sorry, her BMI was a little high. Maybe we took out too much fluid. She's not going to be released today. I hope this doesn't, affect anything that y'all have going with her. I said, no worries. I'm going to go over there and make sure that they doing her right with the plastic surgery side of it. Right. So they had her on her BBL pillow, laid in the bed with the thing, feet lifted up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Right.
She got a BBL. Turn this lady over. Right. She needs to be on her stomach, lay this flat. Y'all need her leg lifted up. Y'all can put a pillow under here. Y'all can put her head under here. Set her up, sent the picture, sending messages back and forth to the coordinator and the surgeon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Part. And I'm like, this is what we do.
And I always tell people too, I always ask too, when you get in these groups, these private groups, talk about if you had any complications, how did the doctor respond afterwards? Okay.
Because doctors love blaming it on you.
They'll blame it on anybody. They won't answer your phone calls. You can't find them after that. But anyway, it was great speaking with you, girl.
Definitely.
I definitely appreciate you coming in from Texas. And if you come back next week, definitely hit us up.
For sure.
All right. So tell everybody about Skylife Recovery.
All right. So Skylife Recovery, you can find us at skyliferecovery.com. On Instagram, it's Skylife Recovery. On TikTok, it's Skylife Recovery. And all inclusive, customizable recoveries. We create your package. So depending on your family that you're bringing, your surgeon, what they require, and we handle all of it. So allow us to house you, even lodging only. If y'all registered nurses yourself and you're going to be like, you know what? Nah, I'm going to do this bandage myself. You can do that too. And you can stay in our place and we'll do amazing by you.
Penthouses, okay?
Yeah.
Gorgeous places.
Oh my God. One last thing I wanted to mention. Remember I used to call you?
Yes.
I want to let y'all know this. Nurse Fonda is one of the most humble people that you can find in this industry. When we were all starting out, because it was all at the same time, she would have like a bad patient and be like, forget this stuff. Like, I love these people and they don't even know how much I love them. And I would just be there to tell her like, it's gonna get better. Like, keep going, like, forget that job. Like, you can do this on your own. And I am so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
And like where you are with everything, like to be there and sitting there when it's like, in virtual, we were literally like sitting on logs talking like, fuck this shit. Yeah, fuck this shit. But like to see you doing everything, like prospering and pumping out, like I'm just really, really appreciative of that. And if I did anything in this podcast, the main thing I wanted to do is step into this space and tell you, like, you have people that are rooting for you.
Girl, don't make me cry.
For real.
Thank you. I appreciate it because I do remember when we first started out and I used to watch your stuff and I was like, man, she's killing it down there in Texas. I was like, God, how she got all these people to come and good God, she is killing it. And I just remember being like, dang, she is awesome. I want to be like her one day, And I would just appreciate anytime I would inbox you, call you, text you, you would always be right there. And I'm just grateful.
Oh, you crying? You gonna mess up your makeup. But you are killing it. So I love that for you. You ain't got on no makeup, but face glowing. Face
glowing. From something else, but thank you, girl.
We gonna talk about that after.
Okay, hello.
Bye, y'all.